Okay, copier industrialist, about to eat meal. Bit like all scrappy food, you know. High sodium diet for a brain that's probably about the equivalent of maybe 150 watts sodium mole. I don't know. My sodium, because I eat my sodium, I actually feel pain in my back down my spine. I get sick. Also causes me to have causes me as a person with Asperger syndrome to have more of a temper meltdown. But I do have other conditions with Asperger syndrome that creates this real high drain brain. But hey, gotta laugh, you know. But, you know, just like all YouTubers or many YouTubers, I like to show off what I'm eating, hey? Oh well, look, I want to build a self-guided photocopier. No one believes me? Well, let the scoffers choke on their scoffing, because I'm scoffing now. Get it, scoffing? Scoffing is just another word for someone making a mockery, making fun of you. Not acceptable. But I don't suggest that most people do this, because high sodium diet, we all know, is linked to heart disease. This is exceptional, right? Luigi Benedict. Oh man, I can't wait to see him. But anyway, we'll just play some music anyway while we're at it. Oh, this cyberpunk creature. A normal brain takes 25 watts. This one I think takes about, I suspect takes at least 75 watts. Could even be up to 150 watts. I do not know. Because one day Luigi Benedict wants to help build this self-guided photocopier. Well, he's the one who inspired me. He basically wants me to, he will have to hook me up and test my brain and see what happens, because I've got a range of other learning. I've got not just social, well, they call it a social disorder. I don't call it a disorder. I just call it the public being misinterpreting it, right? And I'm also got learning disability, like it's called this Fragile X. I've also got oxygen starvation. But the thing is, I'm not going to let disability kick my ass. Right, I mean, I've seen a man on TV, right, who has virtually no limbs. He's got one foot that's complete, that's sort of complete, but he's like a real motivational speaker. Thing is, he still needs help. He can't do everything on his own, of course. He's only got, like, he's just like almost like a total torso, but he's the most inspiring man. I mean, I'm physically complete, so thing is, I do have my limitations, but I'm not going to let that lick me. Because I'm going to keep fighting this cyber war for those people who don't have a voice. You know, stick up for them. Because if they don't want to speak, you know, the old, yeah. Actually, I've got the album here. It's actually a positive song. I might see if I can find it. If I can't, I'll play something else. Oh, dang, where did I put it? This is what we call a filing system. Terrible filing system. It's all file under duck. Oh, dang it. I can't find it. I'll play another song which I think is more appropriate, I think, for most people who are going through this depression. So people with Asperger syndrome, people, and I guess you could also put it under the heading of people with ADD, ADHD, whatever, things that make people unpopular, because the world hates people who are a bit different, task-oriented. You know, I like that, if you've got behavioural problems, you know, people have just got to learn to be a little bit more understanding. And the thing is, I want to change the culture, and I'm willing to make my name look stupid for 15 minutes if that's what's required, so that I can speak up for millions around the world who, that's what I think of the world, people like that, who's stolen the jobs of people with Asperger syndrome. Now, people with Asperger syndrome, about 85% of them can work, but they're not allowed to work because they're too obsessed with their tasks, so they say. But the people in the normal secular society will say that, and funnily enough, the religious organisations, the church, I advise you to stay well clear of the church. You know, there's nothing wrong with worshipping God, but I suggest you do not go to the church. They're very bad. They teach a lot of brainwashing. They've got a bad reputation. They've put us into disrepute. They've accelerated our demise, and we will not join them. don't go to church. I suggest, warning, do not go to church, because they'll brainwash you. You know, they'll never give you hope, right? You stick with your own kind, right? There's nothing sinful about enjoying equipment. You know, that's the way, if that's the way you want, you feel comfortable, but that's the way God has made you. And I'm not going to go into Bible bashing, right? I'm not going to go into all that religious stuff. It's all up to you to find out. But we're just going to be, you know, enjoy ourselves, be yourselves, you play your computer games, whatever you can. Most of you guys don't have any hope at the moment, it seems. But I will keep plugging you guys, because it's not just me. I do have a partner who has put me out here. He wants me to be the public face. Now, he's a hard-working man who runs a business. He was built a self-guided photocopier 20 years ago, but things went horribly wrong. Photocopier art was basically what he was trying to promote. And not just him, but a whole bunch of people, but it went into disrepute. The companies were overrun by the people who are obsessed with money and greed and being nasty. They say they're people-focused, but their machines tell a different story. They're not. They make people angry. The people who make the best machines are the ones who concentrate on the job. And I'll tell you one thing, keep playing your games, keep enjoying things. It'll be nice to see if you're not frightened of being hassled. Because I was sort of hoping that if people could put their own copy of videos up and start moving it, because then maybe the media will listen to more than one character, not just one character spooking into. So this 200 gigabyte, this powerful connection I've got here, right? Anyway, let's play the song, the dystopic song, right? If you're still having problems with these fears of, you know, gloom and doom and this imaginary hell, I call it imaginary, the church, brainwashing, I suggest you don't listen to this music. But if you've overcome, you know, the fear and you just found yourself lonely and wondering where your friends are gone and where your job is, this is good therapy to help the past. But I don't suggest if you're going through the event, if you're going through a depression, to listen to this stuff, right? It's a good post-depression type music, post-depression, but not during depression. You know, it's all in there. It's all brainwashing, right? This stuff can really stuff a person's head up. And there's so many people with Asperger syndrome who've been done by the church, and the church has done the damage. And it's ruined us. So really, we just have to make the most of now and dream of the future somehow. All right, commentary on the copier industry. It's in big trouble, and all the other industries involving tech, everything. Global warming, electronic waste. There's nothing going down that's good, but we've got to make the most of it, right? This is a group called Joy Electric. And he's having a hard time too. He's being discriminated against. Ronnie Martin, right? Ronnie Martin wrote, he sings these really good electronic theme songs. He's a Christian, and the church is rejecting him and treating him like crap because he loves technology. Synthesizers. Listen to this, mate. This is not stupid, boring church music. This is like serious, heavy, cyberpunk sort of music. Very dark sounding. Listen to this. Enough talk. Let's listen. This is the copier industry in trouble. But also the world is melting down. So as we Aspergers are having people with Asperger syndrome are having meltdowns, the world is melting down with us. Turn the volume up a bit. So having meltdowns for people who've got Asperger syndrome is normal. And as we melt down, it's like nuclear bombs are going off. It's like the globe is warming up. It's not our fault. And this is what our brains sound like. Okay, meltdown. This is start the tape. The past. We don't want to start the tape called the past. We're going to erase the past. Right? Treat it like a dirty hard drive on a copier. Oh damn, they got hard drives. Fudge. We're stealing people's information. Well, maybe that's good comeuppance for those people running the photocopy industry, because those normal people need them. And every time you copy something, you scan something, you print something. It's like a computer. Why do they have hard drives like that? Smash my head. There's something evil going down in that world. And 50% of Americans do not know that this is actually happening under their noses. And erasing a copy of hard drive means you've got to read the manual. It's very complicated. I've never tried it because I've never had access to one. You've got to go to bin functions. Most people are slack about it. The industry shouldn't make copiers that hard to use, but that just goes to show when this stuff is in control. So if you're a Christian person with Asperger syndrome, you're familiar with this precept that this stuffs people's heads up for a lot of money, but no more. But that's about it. We're not going to go into a big Bible bash up, right? But basically, if you're not a Christian, I'm not going to pressure you into becoming one. That's your decision, purely your decision. And I don't blame you if you don't want it because the church has fouled your head up. Okay, and I'm going to expose the church. They will be exposed. They'll be brought into the light because they are not doing what they're doing, what they should be doing. Because they're actually causing us to fail. You know, we can form it, it depends, okay? We're not going to, I'll expose them. Right? The thing is, we have nothing to give because we've been told that we suck. And we don't have a job, we don't have any hope. So we can't give us anything, right? No one likes machines. Well, I'm a cyber warrior and I'll keep plugging away. Get it? Plugging away. So I'll plug myself into people I like. Right? I'll plug myself into things I like. Things I hate, I'll treat with reverence. I'll pull the plug. And I pull the plug on the church. I don't go to church. I don't socialise. I pull the plug on the normal people. Not worth it. Luigi Benedict is who I want to plug into, and I want to plug him hard. I want to have sex with him and be married him. That's going to be the ultimate plug in. Right? Plug in, but of course I don't want to have sex with you guys, but I mean plugging in as in connecting with you socially online, okay? So I'm going to fight for your rights, but everything else I'm just going to basically let slide, because they're not going to help us if we just keep sitting there. And I want to help you guys, but I've got to somehow get the media working, okay? Have to keep scoffing, because I'll scoff at them if they scoff at me, alright? I'll scoff at you guys, alright? Bad manners? Yeah, rules. What? I don't think I could hear the minutes. I did. You didn't mind the commentary, but what if you're concerned about the photocopier industry? Okay. So if we change the photocopier industry, that sounds like only one area, right? You all know you need them. Paperless office is a load of joke. The thing is, we've got to learn to network online first. And the thing is, this man has got money. He runs an independent copier dealership. He does it well. He's been saving up for this course for 2 decades. Scientist, he's probably the next thing, best thing to the man himself, Chester Carlson. But we've got a lot of hard work to do, and there's not much time left. Also, renewable energy is on my heart, and other related scientific stuff, and of course, bionic implants, whether it be primarily for the brain, to get people who are mentally retarded, as they are called, or mentally challenged. And imagine what they could do. They'll probably be smarter than the nerds and the geeks themselves. And the neurotypicals are going to have to sit at the bottom of the pile, and then I think that's like a threat. They see that as a threat. Somehow they know something's going down and the machines are going to basically make them. But they don't have to feel threatened, because then they'll probably be looked after by us. Because our factory default is to want to help people and to love people. And if people hate us, well, we can take a fair amount of heat. It's only when the heat's been going on for like 20 years or maybe 40 years in a person's life that it starts to get a little bit wearing on you and you get nasty and rebellious, and I understand, but one day we'll have to forgive them, and one day, right, in your time, it's not my time, I'm not going to force you, because, you can't force a person to make decisions. Decisions have to come of their own volition and timing, right? But the thing is, I want to forgive those people and be able to reach out to the normal people, but if we haven't got a product to give them, well, we're scummed. Silicon Valley, building a Silicon Valley is my dream, and then once we've built this self-guided photocopier, Then we'll have something to give them, and then we'll have probably unity. But I've got to go now. See yous.